Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Jersey Shore hoppiness, hopeful goodness in the form of Last Wave Brewing. It is their Hop Lab 009. Yeah. Last Wave had a bunch of their beers, reviewed a bunch of their beers, but I went on a vacation with my fams, Micah and my wife, and we went to Point Pleasant. Spent a few days down there, and you check out the local jams. I've had a decent amount of Last Wave. I actually owe them a podcast. We recorded one a long time ago. It was just not audibly postable. But I've dug their beers. They had their spot there, and they actually opened a secondary spot called Wild Air Beer Works further south. But when I went on vacation with my wife and kid, I wanted to stop at breweries because that's what I do when I'm down there. But my big thing was food, and there's this pizza place I've always wanted to check out called Rosie's, and it is like literally across the street from there. So it was a no-brainer. I went to Rosie's. Last Wave wasn't open. Then we went and got some ice cream, and on the way back I picked up a couple beers, and this is one of them. What do we have on the docket? It is an 8.5% hazy double IPA, jam-packed with Nelson Sauvignon, Citra, Galaxy, and Waimea. This is hyper fresh. It is from 824. This is 8. No, that can't be possible. It's 822. No, it's 84. Sorry, 84. So, again, we're talking about 2 weeks old here at this point. And it just looks like when you see this kind of resiny, danky, hanging kind of label, that's what I'm thinking about. Thinking about Ranky Dank. That's what I'm kind of been like wanting as of late. And what we have, I think we're kind of there because of what it looks like. It might be one of those West Coast hazies that is becoming quite the popular style as of late. So you have a hazy IPA. It's not super turbid, at least by my look of it on camera. It might look that way, but it's not like butternut squash soup. It has a nice haze to it. Not a big head, but I've been talking like forever. So let's give it an aggressive whirl. See what comes back. Pinky finger, almost white as white could be head, so it looks the part. A nice, rich, hazy, non-New England style hazy. Give it a whirl. Give it a nose. Yeah, I think we're there. Because you're getting a bit of those West Coasty vibes. A little bit of resin, a little bit of pine, nothing too crazy. You're talking about Nelson Sauvignon, Citra, Galaxy, and Waimea. You can get that out of those hops. You're getting all the other points of the show that you typically get with kind of those kind of hops and the hazy IPA. You're definitely getting citrus in here. You're definitely getting a bit of stone fruit in here. We'll see what the nose has to do when it comes to kind of like a tropical fruitiness. But it smells, again, like not to talk myself into this kind of beer, but it smells the part of that kind of, a decent amount of West Coast kind of vibes in an East Coast style hazy. I can get down with that. So it looks the part. It smells actually nice. Smells more sea hopped than anything else. If I look at this, you're talking about Nelson Sauvignon, Citra, Galaxy. If you threw a couple more C's in there, a little Chinook, a little Cascade, I wouldn't be surprised based off of the nose. So let's give it a whirl. Cheers, y'all. I like this. It very much has a West Coast sensibility to it. Not as big as those West Coast hazy IPAs. It's very much kind of like the West Coast pale ale with a hazy kind of twist to it. That's kind of how it comes off to me. Sure, you get that citrus, you get that pineapple, you get those things, but there's this nice kind of dank resin, piney thing. Not hyper aggressive, but it's definitely there. It's almost like a wet hop beer to me, almost like a wet hop hazy beer. That's kind of how it comes off to me. Beautiful mouthfeel on it. Soft, satiny, not dense, super drinkable. 8.5%. It's an 8.5% beer, but it's kind of creepily drinkable, so it's danger in that sense. Yeah, if it's not, there's a touch of sweetness to it. Like at the finish, you get this little bit of under attenuation, just a skosh of a little bit of sweetness, but then it finishes relatively dry. I think it's a combination of those hops and probably the yeast they're using. I drink the crap out of this. I was gonna say I'll drink the crap out of this all day. That's dangerous at 8.5%. This is a really tasty beer. It's one of those things where it's like almost comes like I want to put like a little like warning on this little like asterisk being like if all you care about is New England style haze, drop out all bitterness, give me the juice and be done with it, might not be the beer for you. Honestly, it might not. But if you're a fan of hop and hop saturation and still be drinkable, not this kind of 1,000 IBU, let's throw all the hops for the sake of throwing hops at it. Man, it's a really good beer. You're talking about, again, take this with a grain of salt. It's only 2 weeks old. There's nothing here as far as negative off flavor, hop creep, diacetyl, kind of DMS. Nothing, none of that stuff exists here. It's almost like a super IPL. That's how clean and easy drinking this is. I'm not gonna confuse it with lager, but it has those attributes to it to where it makes it hyper drinkable. Yeah, man, that is good. From a hop like aggressiveness standpoint, sure. Is it a 2x4 to the face? Maybe it's a new style lumber. It's like an inch and a half by or a 2x4, so it's an inch and a half by 3. Kind of the face when it comes to hops. It's not like this challenge beer where it's again throwing everything at you it possibly can for the sake of doing that. It feels like a little bit more surgical than that. It feels a little bit more deft. Feels like a little bit more like let's make this really almost sticky, almost wet hopped, almost kind of again West Coast style, kind of IPL-y, kind of lagery, cleanliness based kind of ale, and just take all the good parts of the thing. Good parts of the IPL, good parts of West Coast IPA, the good parts of all these beers that do these things so well. But let's not do 11. Let's do 9 on a scale of 1 to 11. Let's not Spinal Tap it. Let's go just a little bit south there, and just a little bit less can mean so much more. Here's like left field nerdiness for you. So like I'm addicted to video golf. PGA Tour, 2K, 5K, 2K, 25K, whatever the hell it is, the newest one. Did you play? Tracking down mouse beers. The key to that thing is don't hit ball. It's again regular golfers know this, or anybody that does anything. Just don't try to do it 110%. Sometimes doing it 90% will get you way better results than hitting 110% or even more. Hopefully it resonates. But I mean, as far as this beer goes, it's basically take your New England no, sorry, not New England. Take your hazy IPA, your Northeast hazy IPA, your old school Fiddleheads, your old school Alchemist, that kind of stuff, and just throw just a touch more New England in it, and then just maybe just dial in that West Coast a little bit different. It's just a fun beer that showcases hops, but man, very fun stuff and really well made. I can't express it enough. Like even from a standpoint of this beer is my favorite as far as a visceral knee jerk reaction. Just how clean and well made the beer is. That's why I keep kind of insinuating or referencing lagers on this. That's how this beer kind of comes off as far as structure and how it's made. So man, if you dig on just well made, hop forward beers, hazy or otherwise, I think you really dig this. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better double IPAs, Mount Rushmore status. It's on the outside looking. There are 4 more that I like more than this. Can I get into double digits on that? I don't know. It's worthy of being up there. Let's put it that way. It's just not slam dunk. Yes, yes, yes. Very tasty beer. Would not hesitate to buy it in the 4-pack. Let's put it that way. Value and availability. I want to say it was like $18 for double IPA. I mean, it's standard fare nowadays and for brewery only. I know Last Wave actually their stuff hits me out here, West Coast New Jersey quite often. I don't see stuff like this, so I don't know if this is more like one-offy kind of let sell what we can at the brewery and that kind of thing. It's definitely not like their A-frame, their kind of what is this flagship kind of beer, stuff like that. So I don't know if it comes out here, but I assume you'd be able to find this on the shelf in that kind of ocean Monmouth County kind of area, and leave you with, if you like what we like this, pretty much what I just said before. If you dig on hops, you like well-made beer, you'll like this. So there you go. We're reviewing the books. Hopefully you enjoyed Massive Beers. If you want to check me out in the social media stuff, Beer Massive, podcasting stuff, I would post the last way. Maybe I'll go back and see with my added skills I can clean that podcast up and present something. That would be actually kind of fun years later. I'm sure they don't care at this point, but I would enjoy it. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. If you've been the Last Wave Brewing, let me know. Have you had that beers? What's your favorite beer? All that fun stuff. Have you had this beer? Talk about it down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully enjoying some good local beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.